Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. If you are jumping over from the art stream I was doing, welcome back. If you are new to the stream, welcome to the stream. My name is Lulu. I like to do lots of simulation stuff and some really deep simulations actually in artwork as well in Houdini. So yeah, there's lots to see here. Today we're gonna try and finish that rocket that we've been working on for what feels like forever now. So let's just jump in and get going here. Let's do it. There we go. Away we go. Away we go. Okay, so we need water. And we'll check on our crops and everything. And maybe we'll start doing some alcohol stuff while we're inside. I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us. Kinda no real solid plan at the moment. Just kinda want to enjoy this game session. You know, sometimes you just really want to, like, enjoy whatever. Oh my gosh, we still have a ton of time on everything, so, like, that's nice. Okay, so let's open up our backpack, move our helmet, have some bread. And always, if you're new to Stationeers, please feel free to ask questions. Always happy to chat about it and how to do different things. Because there is so much to do in Stationeers, my goodness. There is something always to do. Like, we should automate our farm, we should automate some gas mixing, we should do this and that. And maybe one of the things we'll do right now is actually redo our farm layout real quick. Because there's a couple things we need to do to make it kind of like flow better. So let's do that. Let's go ahead, fix our farm up, and go from there. Come on, there we go, harvesting, so fun to harvest. There we go. More food, always more food. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna lose a piece of wheat potentially, but that's okay. Because we have so much. The wheat's gonna go on the ground. Why am I singing today? I do not know. It is fun to sing though. Even if I'm not great at it. If my singing is hurting the ears, I kind of want to know, but I also really don't want to know. So, like, you can decide if you want to tell me if my singing is that bad or not, I suppose. But, yes. There we go. So much soybean. Which is always a good thing. Not always a good thing, but it's a good thing right now. Let's put it that way. Great. And yeah, I think we're definitely going to dip our toes into alcohol today, so that'll be interesting to say the least. More chocolate. Yay, chocolate. I do like chocolate. I wish you could make chocolate strawberry cake. That would be amazing. But I have yet to see it, so. I do hope they expand the food, like, mechanics in this, because they're kind of boring right now. I hate to say it, but it just kind of is a fact, you know? Like, it just is what it is, I guess. But that's okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to remove these because they are out of range to grow things, and we're going to go like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fantastic. And nothing is going to die on us. Good. So now what we'll do is replant a bunch of stuff. Where's the wheat? There we go. We're going to start with, actually, you know what? Before we do that, we're going to do a couple of things because we're safe in a lot of different ways. And I feel like doing something fun and new. So helmet goes on. We're going to go outside and we're going to go check on how our fertilizer is doing because we have a whole fertilizer plant thing going on out there and we should use it. It's been sitting there long enough. We're gonna use the thing. Oh my god. I forgot we actually turned it on last time. Oh my goodness. That's just fantastic. So much fertilizer. Yay. But we are gonna set this up to be a little bit more automated so that fertilizer comes inside at least going forward here. And then we're also going to go and check that methane tank and make sure it's not close to blowing up because there's a methane and nitrogen tank over there. And I would like it not to go boom. Generally, boom is a bad thing. And we definitely need to like add a whole lot more storage tanks so we can move stuff around better, like our gases and whatnot, and then start filtering them better. And yeah, there's 3,000 moles of methane in there. My goodness, fantastic. Okay, so we have our fertilizer for that, so that is good. And then over here is where we're going to be doing our lovely alcohol. And did we put windows in? We did. Good. So this is more or less ready to get closed off and then get oxygen and nitrogen and carbon dioxide added to it. Yeah, I just hope we don't choke ourselves to death by accident when we do it. We shouldn't. We should be fine, but you never know. I might make that mistake, so we'll see. Hopefully we don't, suffocate. Because suffocating is not bad. Is not bad. Is not a good thing. Wrong word. Where is our glass? There it is. Fantastic. So that is closed in. And what we're gonna do is that's gonna be on its own air system. Not entirely. We're not gonna do a full like airlock to it, but we are going to set it up in such a way that we don't need to worry about putting a whole bunch of methane or other bad chemicals into our primary breathing air. There's our downpipe, and then we need a 3. There we go. Great. And this shouldn't have anything in it. Oh, it's got 1 item to process. Whatever, that's fine. It can do its thing. We're gonna move on. Okay. Do we have a door? We should have a door. Or we need a door. I don't see a door. There it is. There's the door. We have steel, we have iron, we have a turbo pump. We should have a regular vent around somewhere. We'll put that and that there because we don't need those right this second. We have a couple of pipes. We should grab the yellow spray paint just because it's going to be a mixed gas. You know what? No, red's fine. Red's fine. It can be a danger color for now. But we do need to find our liquid tank. Where is the liquid tank? Liquid tank. Console, basic chute, super heavy, minor, passive vent. Vent we definitely need. Plastic sheets we definitely are going to need. A transformer would be nice if we have one. Good. Or like the area power controller would probably be ideal actually. So if we have what we need to make an area power, we're gonna do that. Just that way, then if something happens, we don't need to worry. Sensors, where are the sensors? I thought we had one more sensor hit sitting here. Yeah, there it is. We do. Good. So we said we need a... Oh, it's one of those days. One of those days where I just can't quite think straight, you know? That's what it was. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for an area power controller. Iron and solder. Do we have any more iron kicking around? Don't think so. Or we may in our inventory somewhere, actually. Let's see. Any iron? Great. Iron and copper. We're probably going to need stuff from you, actually, as well, this printer. Okay, we're not going to need heavy cable for sure. But, yeah, okay. The heavy cable can just go over here. We don't need it right now. And I don't want to think about dealing with it. And that's just out of the way. It's kind of like the detonator. I don't know why we're still carrying that around. That was for some fun earlier if you happen to catch it. And now we're going to grab one of these hunks of iron. And we definitely need more tanks and stuff. So you're going to go in there, and you also need solder. We should still have a decent amount around, and we do. So we're going to build an area power controller. And then we're going to check this tank, because I have a feeling this tank's empty. It is. Fan-freaking-tastic. Oh, that just made my day a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do in that case is, because it's empty, we're going to take it down. And I want to say that this one over here is nitrogen, or it's nitrogen. It's polluted. That's what this is. This is polluted. So we need to pull our pollution out of this one. Okay. There's a lot of cleanup that's going to happen here today. And we'll see if we even get to launching the rocket, because I don't know if we will. We need steel and copper for this. So that's silver, that's steel. And that'll give me what, 1, 2? That'll give me 2. And honestly, we're good with that. We need to accept that we're going to use a ton of resources to rebuild this base properly, because I want to. Because I want it to look nice. Great. So liquid pipe. And the other thing we're going to do is pause the game, and we're going to look up the fermenter real quick. Fermenter. And yeah, okay, so we have all these resources that are going to go through the fermenter, but it's not going to tell us anything about it. Of course not. So we're going to look up the fermenter on the website wiki. Stationeers. Fermenter. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it just gives us alcohol and polluted water. That is all it's gonna do. And it all comes out in one pipe, right? I'm not crazy, it comes out in only one pipe. Okay, so alcohol has the highest enthalpy of combustion per mole of all fuels but the high amounts of steam generated as combustion byproducts limit its maximum achievable combustion temp. It is also relatively safe to be used in a pressure-fed liquid engine with nitrous oxide because it auto-ignites at 150 degrees C. However, it evaporates into methane, which ignites at lower temps. Okay, combustion. Okay, so that's the combustion numbers for it, which we don't frankly care about at the moment. In the fermenter, okay. Okay. So what pressure will keep it at liquid? Max liquid temperature is 432 Kelvin. It'll freeze at 231 Kelvin. 58 liters per 1,000 moles. Minimum condensation at 6.3 thousand pressure. So you got to keep it at 6.3 kPa. When exposed to vacuum, it decomposes into methane to form a small head pressure, which is fine. Okay, so we're gonna do some fun things here with it, because I have my theories, and again, I like breaking things. Well, breaking things is definitely the wrong word. I just like doing them in the way that makes sense to me, because there's people who do a lot of stuff in this game, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why do you do it in this way? Like, why are you torturing yourself by doing it this way instead of this way? But that is fine. We're gonna do it my way. And my way says that we need to turn this thing off because I feel like we're draining all of our power through it. And there's no reason for it to be on right now. This is for the rocket. And there we go. Okay. So, the other thing I want to check is the chemistry thing. Like there's a chem station or something, right? And I don't know what it does. Resources, okay, and it manufactures pills, and milk. Does it make milk out of soy oil? Soy and fern, okay, cool. Cool. But pills, we don't need to worry about them right now. Okay. So let's go home for a second. I need to think while we're like, just looking at some random things. I just need to think about how I actually want to go about doing this, because I think I know. I'm almost certain how we're going to go about making alcohol here. So let's just edit our stream. There we go, just changing the description to include alcohol. Because there's a couple of things we're going to do here. What is an RTG? Interesting. Printable, yes. Prefab, item, RTG, survival. Interesting. Let's see. So, I think we're gonna look at gases. We're gonna look at methane. Not methane. It's alcohol that we want. Liquid alcohol, moles per liter in world, moles per liter, specific heat, freezing temperatures -41, boiling temperatures 49 degrees. Minimum condensation pressure is 6.3 kPa at 232 degrees. So that's pretty cold with a really high pressure. So solid, liquid. Oh, so that's the freezing point, not... Okay. So, we want to keep it at a fairly decent pressure. What pressure does it become a gas at? Yeah, so as long as we keep the pressure above... No, we gotta keep the pressure low, that's what it is. Gotta keep the pressure under. If we just keep it under 20, that should be fine. That shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Auto ignitions shouldn't happen for a couple of reasons. We should be fine there. Liquid sodium chloride. Cool. Very cool. Silanol, ozone. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, what are we looking for? I don't think we're looking for anything else. I think we're good for now, and I think I know how we're going to deal with this. We're gonna go pressure, and it should be a pressure regulator or pressurant valve. Or is it the back pressure? Back pressure reg will close when the input exceeds a given pressure, then back pressure regulator opens when the input pressure reaches a given value. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna need a couple different pressure regs. And that's fine. Because this one will keep it at a particular... Yeah. And then the purge valve, removal of pressure and gases and evaporated liquids from a liquid pipe. So it's probably the purge valve that we want to use, to be honest. Yeah. So it's going to be a purge valve. So we need one purge valve. We need some water, not water, liquid ones, and a few other things as well. Okay, so let's make sure we have a valve in here. There's our volume pump, pipe, mixer. Okay, portables connector can come out here. We don't need that in there. We need the pressure regulators in there. We have some liquid ones there. We do need to go put down our liquid tank over here, so we'll go do that. Right. Oh my gosh, come on. You can do it. I have faith. There we go. And so back pressure valve, not the purge valve, sorry. Yeah, so that'll be our just in case valve. And that just in case valve We're actually going to get this window out of the way for the moment because it's not pressurized yet. And let's... Did I not just pick up pressure? No, I put it down and over here. Okay. It's fine. Wonder what's... Oh my god. I wonder what's using all our power right now. Could just be inside with everything that's going on in there. Which is fine. Like, we're not exactly, like, short of power. Like, that'll fully charge again by morning. Or not by morning, but during the day. Okay, we need a battery, though. Just any old battery. Gold and copper. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Gold and copper. We have some copper right there. There should be some gold kicking around. There is. Fantastic. So we're just going to grab a battery. And we need to grab our pressure reg while we're here. And we're going to leave the seeds over here for now. There we go. And we have a tank. And we're not going to worry about filtering anything right now as far as... Did you not make me my battery? Oh, you spit it out. That's fine. We're not going to worry about filtering the alcohol yet. That is definitely a post get it up and running problem. But a pre get it up and running problem is definitely the area power controller, which we're going to set up on the outside here. This is just going to ensure that our circuits are separated, and this way, if for some reason we lose main power to the base, we don't have weird things going on with pressures, and we don't have like combustion happening inside of tanks and stuff. It'll make sure that the pressure valves are kept okay throughout. Where did that battery just go? Did I just lose? Oh, there it is. There we go. So you can get turned on, and we're going to close, oh no, on and close that area power controller. Great. And then we need to see, because I have a feeling our pressure reg's not going to fit right there, and we're going to have to pull this one off the wall, probably. Which probably wouldn't be the end of the world anyway. But we'll see in a second here. Oh my gosh, come on. And it does look like we can put it here, which is kind of cool. But we don't actually want to put it there. We're going to want to put it probably like this. And it's going to be outside. I'm just going to run the ad while I'm just figuring this out. It just keeps popping up telling us we got to run it. Sorry about the ad, everybody. If you don't have ads, well, you get to watch me kind of keep working a little bit here. Because we need a couple of these, because I'm getting annoyed by a couple of things, and this will make life a little easier. There we go. Great. So that'll make it just that much easier to keep building here. Welcome back, everybody. I just needed to go grab some water. If you're new to the stream and popped in, thank you so much. My name is Lulu, and today we are playing some Stationeers, working on our alcohol setup and setting up our rocket. We just finished setting up our fermenter and our primary liquid tank and our overflow tank for gases. So we're going to take care of that, set up our pressure reg, get a pipe analyzer on there, and then we're going to program an IC10 chip to go in here so that this never turns on if there's issues down the line, and then this only turns on when there's issues. So now that that's done, we do need to go grab that pipe analyzer like I mentioned. That is definitely our first step here. As I was saying earlier, see, tons of power. Not a problem. Power is just not an issue for us. So pipe analyzer will be here, and we're going to grab an IC chip while we're up here as well. And we're also going to grab some sensors and some other things. So first thing we're going to do is say that analyzer is the first thing we need, the pipe analyzer, the liquid one. And it needs gold, electrum, and iron. Which, funny enough, if you've been kicking around for a little bit, you'll know that iron is almost always the resource I'm lowest on. Because I turn it into steel like really quick a lot of the time. And it looks like we don't have any more iron. So, like I said, yeah, there's no iron in there. None in there. And, okay, so we got a little bit left. I thought we'd use the last little bit of it there, but looks like we haven't. There it is. Great. There's our iron. Fantastic. So we'll grab a pipe analyzer, and then the other thing we're going to grab while we're here is... Let's see. I think we want a powered vent, honestly. I don't think I want to do this off a passive one. I think we want to do it off a powered one, just to be safe. Not a powered vent, but an active vent, rather. Active vent, yeah, we're just gonna get one. And you'll see why in a minute. I just want to set up a nice, easy way in case like we have issues here where it won't like flood our entire station with bad gases. So with that in mind, what we're gonna do is I would like to put it right there, I guess might work actually fine. Yeah, this will work fine right here. Right there will work. There we go. And basically, the reason why we're doing this is to make sure that we don't accidentally ever... Yeah, see, I didn't like that placement. Because now we gotta go like that, and it's gonna be all ugly. Like, I guess we could flip which side this tank is on. That wouldn't be hard to do. I think that's what we're gonna do. See, we haven't built it yet, so makes it nice and easy to tear things down and rebuild. So that's what we'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna take that. Goes like that. Like that. And then we can move where this vent is as well to make it actually where like I would prefer it. So let's do that. We're gonna make it, we're gonna put this vent right I don't think we want it like that. I think we want to do it like this. The reason we're going to do it on its side is so that when we add the light in eventually into this wall, it's not going to interfere with it. Just thinking forward. There we go. Great. And this, we're going to cut that back again. Just go like that for a moment. And then we're going to grab our hand drill. And we're going to put the tank on this side. So this tank is just for overflow for alcohol. If you're not too familiar with it and you're new to the game, trust me, I get the overwhelming feeling of like, oh my god, I just started playing. What do you mean there's alcohol you have to ferment for fuel and stuff? Totally get the overwhelming feeling. And trust me, you will get there. It just takes time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel like your timeline isn't good enough. Sorry everybody, give me 1 second. I just need to take a phone call.
Hunger caution. Hunger critical.
Hello everybody, back from our bio break, so let's keep going. Okay, so we're just trying to figure out where we want to put our switches and whatnot. And we also need more pipe, so let's go grab some pipe, and while we're grabbing that pipe, we will also think about our switch places. This is the only part of the automated printer setup that isn't done yet, is selecting the actual recipe. The rest of it is done at this point. Okay, so switches are going, they take some space. That's the only downside of using logic over using an IC. And honestly, I am fine with that. So I think what we'll do is we can put our writer right. You know what, actually? No, we need more than one. Batch slot reader, batch regent reader, reader, batch reader, slot reader, logic mirror, batch writer. Batch writer is what we want. Are we gonna need more than one? Because there's 2 pumps and a filter. So I think we need 2. 1 for pumps, 1 for filter. Yeah, so we do need 2, which is fine. So we'll go 1 and 2. Great. We'll grab our cable coil, grab our wire cutters, and basically we're gonna go like this. I'm pretty sure this is why I do like all of my wiring a little bit funky, is from doing these, because if you just keep using corners, you just get everything you need done pretty quick. And then you don't have to guess like, oh, is this right, is that right? Nah, it's just like, nope, just add a couple corners here, add a couple corners there. See, there we go. Now, what we can do while we're waiting for that pipe, which is probably done at this point to be honest, is actually, we need to finish putting our logic kits down. So where do we want to put our, it can go here. It can go here. So this is the actual switch to turn the whole system on and off. And it should be a batch one. It's a logic writer, so it should be fine to use this one as well. There we go. And we should be able to go like this. So, out, cycle to batch writer. Oh no, it only goes to the batch writers. Goes to a batch writer. Yeah, so it only goes to 1, which is fine. Force write. Yeah, so it's gonna force write. And what we need to do is name one of these batch writers as master. And basically the reason why we're doing that is, actually no, we shouldn't have to, hold on, I have a theory. Cycle to filtration, and you will turn on. Great. And then we may actually only need one of these. Because if we go in, logic writer switch, output to the turbo pump, and return it on. Great. So we're just gonna go like this, and we're just gonna try it. Oh right, we gotta actually turn our logic on. Okay, make sure you're set to 5,000. Yep. Okay. Oh, we missed one wiring here. There we go. Turn it on. Turn it on. So this is flashing, which fine. We don't actually have it connected properly, but that's like fine. We just need to grab our pipe. Yeah, see, everything's connected properly. Great, so we actually only needed the one logic, the one piece. That's all we needed. Not the one piece from One Piece, but one piece. One logic piece. That's the word that I'm looking for. What's our problem? Do we not have enough coming in? 12.5, 8.25. There's 120 mole there. There's 21,000 mole there. Okay, what about here? Is there anything here? Yeah, there's 2 mole there. .58 mole here. I think the temperature differential is just causing issues, which is fine. Like, we're not having any real issues with it, so it's totally fine at this point. But we do need to switch out our own air tanks here. And then we need to switch that tank for that one. And we need to turn that on for a minute. Great. Okay, so, oh, we ran out of pipe. Or out of iron, rather. But that should be enough pipe to do what we need to do. Also, the other thing we're going to do is just jump up here real quick. And we're going to set this up to 100 because I don't like waiting if I don't have to. And frankly, we don't have to. There we go. Get that set going in the correct direction. That is set in the right direction. Good. Okay, so all we should have to do here to make this actually kick on and work, make sure our jump jet is actually off, is, oh my god, whoops, is go like this. Come over here, and 1. Really? You're not going to work on the cable junction there? Really? Really? Ugh. Fine. Fine, make my life more complicated. Oh, we're gonna need more freaking pipe because of that. Oh my god, we are 1 piece of pipe short. One pipe short. There's gotta be an extra piece of pipe around somewhere. Or just one we can like... Ha! There's one. We can take this one. We'll go ahead, deconstruct that radiator, put it there. And we'll just grab this piece of pipe. Great. Now, if we go... Yeah, see, everything's turned on properly. And now if we go like this, everything turned off. Just double check. Yeah, good. That's off. Fantastic. So we'll go like this, and we'll go like that. And now we have a very lovely nitrogen methane filter, and that's at 43 degrees. It's a little warm, but it's not terrible. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, throw a radiator on that first pipe there, and that'll likely bring it down to either within an acceptable range, and if not, it'll be very close. And then what we'll do is we will absolutely kill our old nitrogen filtering process and set it up to just be better in the future. So this will go there, and now that will help with our temperature, at least a little bit, or it should. I'm gonna assume it will. Let's make the wild assumption that it'll help at least a little bit. Even if it doesn't, dumping little bits of 43-degree air into our greenhouse is not going to hurt anything. What we do need to do is look at this, however, and really figure out our last... I don't understand why that nitrogen's not going down there. Because if there's 1,000 moles of nitrogen, we shouldn't have any issues in here. And we should be higher than 1.8% nitrogen. Let's go over to this corner. Like 1% nitrogen is not enough. We're gonna have to do some fancy work with that, I think, again. With that particular piece of programming. Because that pipe only has 0.19 mole in it for some reason, and it shouldn't. So let's do some investigative work here. Because I'm very disappointed about this. 0.193. Okay. Okay. Formal 0.193. Formal 0.193. Why? I do not understand. I don't understand why we have 4.5 mole there and it's not pulling. And then we have 300 mole there. Okay. There we go. I don't know why like that happened like that. But now like we've got like really good nitrogen networks going on. Okay. Weird. Not a problem, but weird. And like we'll finish separating this. There's no reason not to. Plus we need the CH4 for our first rocket still. Weirdness. Always more weirdness. And what are we at here? 20,000? And we're at 5,000 at 40 degrees. And it's still coming down, so like I'm happy with that. We could probably kind of just ignore it for a little bit and, you know, think about our program that's not working right. Go work on that for a minute. A couple options. Go do some mining that we don't want to do so that we can build our fermenter again. That's always a good choice. Let's see. How much oxygen do we have in here? Just want to make sure we're keeping an eye on this because this is basically our greenhouse produces our oxygen for us out of the nitrogen and the CO2, right? And so with that, nitrogen and CO2, I'm obviously wrong here, but you know what I mean. So the O2 is at 2,000 pressure, which is still way under anywhere that could possibly explode on us. So the fermenter goes here, and we're gonna need an IC chip, if not a housing and a chip on the machine itself. But let's see. We'll take another quick look for that filter now that we really don't need to worry about it. Not filter, but the atmospheric package, because like I'm just confused. I could have sworn that there was another one around. But now I can't find it. Interesting. But we really do need to go mining unless we have a ton of copper in our backpack, but I'm pretty sure we processed all of it. Yeah, we processed all of our copper. Too bad. Yeah, there's like 3 copper left there. 10 there. Yeah. So there's 3 copper, 10, and we need copper for the atmospheric package. And just double checking that we don't have copper anywhere. We went through so much. Like, I think, yes, it was yesterday we like pulled a few hundred copper and it's still like we're just out of it already. Great, so this is almost empty. This now has way less than the pipe, like the tank does, but there is at least 16 mole in there, so we should go and double check inside. And while we go double check everything inside, we'll leave that running to really drain it, and we really need to think about another battery, just because like those turbos, they use a ton of power. If you ever wonder why you're totally okay on power and then suddenly you just have none, it is your turbos, hands down. Yeah, see, this is almost done already. There we go. Really should have 2 big tanks over here to filter, like one from and one to. That way, like, you know, it's just way faster, because this just takes so long this way. But we can definitely go ahead and open this for a moment. Let a couple 100 mole go in. Or not. There we go. Perfect. And then we don't need to worry about the carbon dioxide for a hot second. And we'll go inside, take our suit off, put our tools away. And we should think about resetting up our shower. We really should. Great, and all our plants are thriving. You can see a couple have started to already bear fruit and whatnot. Yeah, see, our temperature's fine in here. But let's take a look at our air makeup in here. 1.8. Good. Our nitrogen is coming up. Our CO2 is going down 34%. So it's going back up again. I'm just watching our CO2 here to see what's going on with it. But I think we might take a look at our laptop and just take a good look and see, like, okay, maybe we reversed something we shouldn't have. Okay, so min C is 10, max C is 8, so that is definitely just not correct. We're gonna say 15. Max C is 15, minimum C is 10. Max pressure is 90, minimum O2, we're gonna say minimum O2 is more like 65 and maximum is 75. Minimum pressure, we're actually gonna let this come down to 60, and maximum pressure, we're gonna let it go up to 95. Minimum nitrogen, we do want at 5% and we want 10%. So with our maxes, that's 75, 85, 95, 100. So we actually do want this at 10. No, we do want this at 15. We really do. Okay, this will be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, now if we come down here and we move current C, that's what it is. Current C should be 11, not 10. Current C 11. Oh no, but we're setting it to 10 because of the gas sensor for the ratio carbon dioxide. No, it should be 11. That should be 11 and this should be 11. Which means then this is 11 and this is 11. Which means current C, R1 current C If it's greater, if it's less than minimum C, it turns on. If current pressure is less than maximum pressure, it can turn on. If current C is less than maximum C, it can turn on. Both of these things, all three of these things have to be true for the pump to turn on for it, which is R1, which is being set there. And then minimum oxygen needs to be less than the current oxygen. No, if minimum oxygen is less than current oxygen. Because SLT, let's just double check. SLT is if A is less than B. If A is less than B. Okay, so if A, so minimum is less than current. Then it turns on. If minimum pressure is less, if current pressure is less than minimum, it can turn on. Yeah, because we really do want to cycle out and keep our oxygen basically as low as we can keep it. And then our current nitrogen, if it's less than our minimum, and our current pressure is less than the maximum, and current nitrogen is less than the maximum nitrogen, and those are true, then it will, okay, great. So we're gonna confirm that. We're gonna go ahead, edit again. We're gonna go library. We're going to overwrite, close that, confirm, and then we're gonna grab our chip, throw it in, export, grab our chip, throw it back in, great. 1.8, 1. There we go. Nitrogen's coming up. And what's our carbon? Carbon is 33. That's fine. Like, it's gonna stay at 33 for a long time now. But our nitrogen will come up until our pressure is at its max. And we have 5 mole and we're at 2%. So I feel much better about this. I feel much better about walking away from like inside here for a bit and making sure everything's fine. So while we're in here, we're just gonna eat a little bit. We're gonna have some water and we're gonna look at the shower and maybe we'll set the shower up as well because we've been putting it off. And I would kind of like to, you know, spruce it up in here a bit. So this was literally just put here because it was out of the way. So let's go ahead, pull it down, and I think it's, nope, it's a wrench. And the main reason we're doing this right now is you can see, like, we're not exactly happy about our current state of cleanliness. So we'll go deal with that, and then we can go back outside, keep going with the alcohol and everything. There we go. Perfect. Now we need the hand drill for it. Great. And I don't know how much water is in this polluted water, but let's take a look real quick. Oh, it's empty. There's nothing in that pipe network. Okay, cool. So if there's nothing in that pipe network, we will pull it down fully. And we're just going to move our tablet, because this needs to be recycled at some point. And this shower, I think we will, I don't know where we're gonna put it. We'll probably just put it here and then move the AC back. Oh, it's a powered shower? How the heck does a... We're gonna have to see the difference. I didn't even know there was a powered shower. It puts polluted water, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but what's the difference between this and a regular shower? Can it just not turn on, maybe? under certain conditions. That would be my bet anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like... Yeah, I'm gonna go with it's for data. Data purposes. Where are our liquid pipe? There we go. And you know what? As I'm looking at this, I don't want it there either. I just don't like it in here right now. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, Lulu. It is fine. Let's go ahead and throw our spacesuit back on and keep going. So, yeah, we need to go mining. We need to go mine copper. We just don't have a choice about it. Which also means we should probably stop processing the carbon dioxide as well, because we're going to be dumping a whole bunch of heated gases in so that we can... Oh, there's the nitrogen filter I was looking for earlier. So that we can... Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead, flip you off. Wait for you to empty, so it won't take too long. Actually, well, we can leave that going while we go and do some mining. So let's go do some mining. Where's the drill? There it is. And we do have some handy dandy sensor glasses, so we will use those as well. Oh my gosh, getting stuck in places. So fun. There we go. So we'll go this way. And we're just going to do some walking and see if we can't find it on the surface for a moment. Yeah, see, that looks like copper right there. No, it's not, it's iron. Which, frankly, we also need. We need, like, everything right now. So we're just going to go ahead, grab this iron, and then we'll keep looking for some copper, too. I think the only thing we don't desperately need is gold, actually, and that's just because we picked up 3 or 4 veins of it yesterday when we were mining. There we go. Just check and make sure that we're not leaving anything right here. And we're not. Great, so we'll get out of there. Yeah, there's some more iron right here. Some nitrogen, some carbon. And I think we're just going to keep going because we really do need copper badly so that we can keep going with the alcohol. Having some more iron around is nice, but we need copper right now. More cobalt, which we don't currently need. There's more gold, which, like, we're gonna walk past literally only because what I was just saying about, like, hey, we picked up a whole bunch yesterday. And so there's this copper vein, and then it looked like there was another one on the way back, so that's fantastic. Copper, 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 copper. I was also thinking I might do some Vostok today. I just feel like, you know, something different for a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of been a day for me, to be honest. Oh, look, gold. Cool. Do we want to bother? No, we're not going to bother. Let's just go get some more copper. Yeah, there's more gold there, too. Which way was home? This way. There's copper on the way home. At least 1, if not 2 veins. So I think this is the second one here. Yeah, it is. Great. So let's grab it. And then we'll probably take a short break and then come back and do Vostok. Take like hour-long break kind of thing. And then there'll be more Stationeers this evening. At some point, I think. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, it's been a day. Feels like it's been 3 days so far, and it's only like 3 o'clock today. Which way is home? I think this way. There it is. There's home. Almost back, almost time to make some copper. Yay, copper. Oh, come on. Oh, almost, almost, almost. There we go. Okay, so that away. And then we're just gonna check, make sure that our pipes are empty. Good. So you can get emptied. Turned off rather. You're done. So you can go like this. You should be empty. You are. Great. So we'll turn you off. You're at 27 degrees, which is plenty good. So we'll go ahead and go like this. Pull those off. And then what we're going to do is go ahead, open this pipe up, and then we'll never run out of carbon dioxide for the next while inside. And then the question is do we want to, you know, do like a second setup for more carbon dioxide? Because I feel like there's still 17,000 moles of carbon dioxide there. And there's the polluted as well to deal with, to be honest. Which, like, we could do a rejig right here and then get polluted to go into there. No, not right now. We gotta get, like, some copper taken care of, and then maybe afterwards. So let's flip this direction. We're gonna turn this on, and then this gets dialed all the way up to 100. Make sure that's actually off. Don't want to do extra power when we don't need to. And then this should be dumping. Yeah, this is dumping pressure, which is great because it's minus 60 degrees in there. Like, we don't need to start at negatives for our temperatures for that. So we'll dump it, and then let's check this. Yeah, I thought that would be empty. Good. And this is, yeah, we've gone through like 100 mole of nitrogen very quickly, which like is fine. We have a couple thousand up there. It's just surprised me how quick we went through that nitrogen, to be honest. Let's just double check, make sure we haven't like dumped, I don't know, a couple thousand mole in here or something. Okay, we're still only at like 9 or 10 mole here, and at 3.8%. Yeah, like this is fine. This is good. Those are good numbers. I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead over here. We're gonna cycle back outside. Okay, so we'll turn this off because we don't need that on. This should be fully dumped. It is. Great. So that can get turned off. Let's just check how much fuel's in the line. A decent amount. Was there more? No, okay, good. I thought there was more oxygen than there was methane in there for a moment. So let's just turn this up to like, that's more than enough, I'm sure. Yeah, see? Great. We haven't even put our copper in there yet. Fantastic. There's 2, and we should do constant invar real quick, which needs 50 copper and 50 nickel. Great. So close that. We should have the nickel. Yeah, okay, great. There's some nickel. And there's the copper. And what's our temperature? Temperature's fine, but we're gonna need more pressure, I think. And by think, I'm like 99% sure we need like twice that pressure. We need 20. We need 20. We're about to like just burn way more fuel than we need to. But it's fine. It's whatever. Almost there. Great. There's the constant. And then I said Invar was the other one we wanted to do, which is 50 iron and 50 nickel. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So 50 nickel. And then 50 iron. And our pressure is probably going to be too high because I think it needs like, yeah, 18 to 20, which is fine. So we'll open that, make sure that's on. And we'll bring this up a bit more. And our temperature should be more than fine. Like we're 1.64 thousand Kelvin, which is 1.3 thousand Celsius, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Also, I find it super funny that the furnace loses heat, but, you know, our random tanks don't lose heat. Like, I get why the radiators do, but, like, this shouldn't. Oh my god, I went too far. Complaining instead of paying attention to things. Can tell I'm tired. I've had a day. But, that's okay. We will persevere. Great. There. Now we'll get our fermenter. Now we're gonna call it there. Alright everybody, thank you so much for joining me for the stream. I hope you have a wonderful day and you'll be back later. Thank you, bye-bye.